Welcome back to another episode of the Christion Kirkley Show, and today I'm going to be giving you 3 steps on how to get out of debt. Step number 1, make sure that you're paying off your high interest debt first. What this looks like, we'll give an example. One card with $1,000 and another card with $1,000. Same debt. What you're going to want to do is you're going to pay off high interest debt first. So, if you have a card with an interest of 27% versus 15%, you're going to want to pay off the card or the debt with higher interest first. Another example, you have student loans. Let's say those student loans are 5%. Let's say that you have $10,000 and it's 5%. Well, let's say you have a credit card that is $5,000 and it's 30% interest, right? You're going to want to pay off the higher debt first. The reason for that is because the high interest debt will climb and grow. It's an investment for the lender, right? For the bank, for the financial institution. It's an investment for them, so they're getting an excellent return. If you have debt at 30% and you're not working to pay that off, but let's say you have investments, right? Well, you're not doing yourself a favor, because your debt can grow faster than your investments if it's large enough, which defeats the purpose of investing. Right? So if you have $5,000 in your checking account and you have a credit card that has $5,000 on it at 20% interest, you're going to want to take that $5,000, or at least some of it, and pay as much of your debt off as possible. In my opinion, you should only have an emergency fund to cover your expenses for a few months. Especially if you have a decent income earning ability. Some people say 6 months if you have kids, sure. But if you have large debt, you're going to want to pay that off first because it's going to grow on you. That is step number 1, pay off high interest debt first. Step number 2, start a side hustle. Increase your income, get a second job, start a little business on the side. If you drive Uber on the weekends or you cut grass on the weekends, let's say you make $200 every weekend. Well, after 10 months, that'll be $2,000. And not only will that be $2,000 after 10 months, if you're immediately paying off your debt, let's say you have a credit card, you're immediately putting $200 from your little side hustle towards that debt. Or let's say it's a high interest car, right? Well, then you're actually going to make more than $2,000 because your debt grows. So let's do quick math. $2,000, let's say the interest rate is 20%. Well, 20% of $2,000, that's going to be like $400 roughly after a year. So if you pay that debt off within a year, you're actually saving yourself $400 down the road. So you're going to want to increase your income and get a little side hustle, flip some stuff on Marketplace, figure something out, start small, and put all of your extra money towards paying off high interest debt. That is step number 2. Start a side hustle, get a second job, start a little business on the side, and put all of that extra money towards paying off debt. Don't increase your lifestyle. Don't go out more. Don't buy more things that you don't need. Don't eat out more. Take that exact amount that you're increasing your income by and put it immediately towards paying off high interest debt. You can do this with auto pay. You can say, for example, I know that I can make an extra $300 a month, right? Let's say you just do $100 almost every weekend, and you just go to your app and you click auto pay at the end of the month, $300 towards my debt. And you're going to want to make sure that you're paying more than the minimum. If you only pay the minimum, then that debt's going to grow. That's what the lender wants you to do. That's how the borrower becomes slave to the lender in certain situations. There is good debt, of course. We're going to talk about that towards the end. So step number 3, you're going to want to pay more than minimum. Like I just said, covered that already. Now we're going to be talking about philosophy of debt. So if you are shackled by high interest debt, that is bad. High interest debt is a burden. Low interest debt is a tool that the wealthy use. Remember that you can use debt as a tool to grow your wealth. And that's pretty much all I got. I wanted to make it a quick video. Just 3 solid concrete steps on how to get out of debt. Just remember, you're going to want to pay off high interest debt first, pay more than the minimum balance, and you're going to want to start a side hustle, get a little business, something on the side to where you can put all of that extra money towards paying off that debt. If you have a mortgage that's a low interest rate, I wouldn't worry about paying that off. If you have a car at 5%, if you don't have any other debt above that, don't focus on that. You're going to want to start off. Say you got 25% interest on a card here. You got 7% interest on a car. And then you got 4% interest on your house or a student loan. Start with the high interest first, because that's going to increase your monthly cash flow, because now you're having less money go towards interest payments. And now you have an extra couple $100s a month that is freed up from not having to pay that high interest credit card bill. Now I take that extra $200 and I put it towards the student loan. I put it towards the car. Next thing you know, let's say you were paying $500, $600 a month towards debt. Now it's all paid off. Now you take that $600 a month and you invest it, and that's how you reach financial independence, right? And that's how you build your retirement accounts and retire early, or even just retire with a decent amount to live on, right? That's the reason you want to pay off debt, is it creates freedom. In next video, we're going to talk about how to leverage debt and how the rich leverage debt to create wealth. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to enlighten and empower. Let's go.